Space Guardians, welcome to a deep dive tailored just for you. We're locking onto Space Doctrine Publication 3100, Chapter 2.
Your primer on space domain awareness, or SDA.
Exactly. Consider this a crash course in how the U.S. Space Force is approaching this absolutely critical concept.
That's right. And while this document is for those in the know, we're going to break it down in a way that not only reinforces your understanding,
But might even give you some aha moments along the way.
Exactly.
Because even seasoned Guardians can use a fresh perspective.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, the document kicks off by highlighting two pivotal moments. Sputnik in '57 and China's anti-satellite test in '07. Why start there? It feels almost like ancient history.
Right. It's all about context.
Okay.
These events, decades apart, illustrate the rapid evolution of the space domain and why SDA matters more today than ever before.
Okay.
Sputnik was a wake-up call, right? Space was no longer theoretical. Then that 2007 test, it proved space could be weaponized, changing the game entirely.
Okay, so the space race got real and crowded. The document emphasizes this, talking about an exponential increase in, well, everything up there.
Exactly. More satellites, more debris, more players, more potential for both accidents and intentional threats.
Right.
This congestion makes understanding what's happening up there and what it means vital for everything from launching missions to national security.
Which brings us to the heart of it all. SDA.
Yes.
The document calls it the timely, relevant, and actionable understanding of the operational environment.
You lost me at actionable.
Fair enough. It sounds like jargon, but think of it like this. SDA is space intelligence that goes beyond simply seeing what's up there. It's about connecting the dots, understanding the why behind the what, and knowing what you need to do about it fast.
So if we detect unusual activity near a critical satellite, SDA is what tells us if it's a micrometeoroid we can ignore or a hostile spacecraft maneuvering into position.
You got it. SDA helps you differentiate between an equipment malfunction, a piece of space junk, or a potential adversary's actions.
That distinction, made quickly and accurately, can be the difference between mission success and, well, let's just say, a very bad day.
High stakes indeed. And it's not just about what's happening in orbit, is it? The document stresses how SDA links directly to what's happening down here on Earth.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Cyber attacks on ground stations can cripple our ability to command and control space assets. Political tensions on Earth can escalate into maneuvers in orbit. Even something as simple as a weather front delaying a launch has ripple effects on SDA. It's all connected.
So we're talking about a constant flow of information between space and Earth and the need to analyze and act on it in real time. No pressure.
Oh, well, that's where the actionable part of SDA comes into play.
Yeah.
The document breaks down how SDA supports key military functions, things like mission assurance, threat warning and assessment, space battle management. Okay.
Slow down. These terms, they sound like they came straight out of a Space Force training manual.
Sure.
What do they actually mean for a Guardian on the ground?
You're right. We don't want to get lost in the jargon. Let's take mission assurance as an example. Imagine you are responsible for a satellite that provides critical GPS data, right, for a search and rescue operation.
Okay.
SDA ensures you have a clear picture of everything that could threaten that mission.
So space weather, potential collisions with debris, even other actors trying to jam the signal. SDA helps us see those threats before they disrupt the mission.
Exactly. And threat warning and assessment takes that a step further. SDA helps you distinguish between a harmless sensor glitch on your satellite and, let's say, an adversary attempting to blind or disable it.
Which brings us to the hold on to your helmets part.
Yeah.
Space battle management. What does SDA look like in a scenario where things have gone hot?
Think of it as the ultimate game of 3D chess, where SDA is your strategic map. You're using it to understand adversary movements, anticipate their next move, and direct your own forces effectively. SDA data becomes crucial for making decisions in the heat of the moment.
And those decisions could involve everything from maneuvering satellites out of harm's way to, dare I say it, more aggressive actions.
Potentially. But remember, this document emphasizes SDA's role in deterring conflict, not just fighting it. By being aware of potential threats and demonstrating our ability to respond, SDA contributes to a more stable and secure space environment.
So it's about projecting strength through awareness, not just firepower.
Precisely. Now, there's one more piece of the puzzle we need to discuss, and this is where things get really interesting.
Okay, you mentioned one more piece of the SDA puzzle. Lay it on me.
Right, the document calls it operations in the information environment, which, yeah, I know, it sounds incredibly vague at first.
Yeah, it's giving me serious cloak and dagger vibes. Is this where we talk about space lasers and propaganda satellites?
Hold your horses. While the reality might be less cinematic, it's no less important. This is about understanding how information itself is weaponized in space and how SDA is essential for, fighting back.
Give me an example. I need a concrete scenario, otherwise my brain is going to start picturing space ninjas.
Okay, imagine a hostile nation launches a satellite claiming it's for, scientific research.
Okay.
SDA helps you see through that, analyzing its orbit, its sensors, its communication patterns. That data can reveal if it's actually a surveillance platform or even capable of, say, interfering with other satellites.
It's like having a cosmic lie detector. SDA helps us tell the difference between legitimate space activities and, let's just call it, shady business.
Exactly. And it's not just about, exposing lies. Imagine a misinformation campaign on Earth claiming a peaceful satellite malfunctioned because of, say, U.S. actions.
Yeah.
SDA data could be used to counter that narrative, showing it was actually a deliberate act by another nation.
Wow. So this information environment is a battlefield as much as any physical location in space.
Absolutely. And just like on a physical battlefield, having superior awareness, in this case SDA, is how you gain the upper hand.
Sure.
The document stresses that understanding your adversary's SDA capabilities and their weaknesses is crucial.
So it's not just about what we know about space, but what we know about what they know about space. My head hurts.
It's strategic thinking, but, on a cosmic scale. By understanding how much or how little an adversary can see and understand, we can anticipate their moves, counter their actions, and even shape their behavior. That's the power of SDA.
Okay, Guardians, I hope you're taking notes. This goes way beyond simply spotting objects in orbit. We're talking about a multi-layered, constantly evolving game of strategy, information warfare, and yes, even a little bit of cloak and dagger intrigue.
And mastering the principles in SDP 3100 is your playbook to winning that game. Remember, this deep dive was just a taste. Keep asking questions, keep pushing the boundaries of your knowledge, and never underestimate the importance of space domain awareness.
Because in the vastness of space, knowledge truly is power. Stay sharp, Guardians, and thanks for joining us on this deep dive.